Good evening, my friends. Let me see, I'm trying to find some Villages news since I've been gone. Surely everybody hasn't been behaving themselves. Okay. None of this news is today's news. Some of this happened last week, some of it happened yesterday. I don't know when because truthfully, since we've been traveling, I haven't really been paying attention to it. Okay, here's some right here about the village of Southern Oaks. That's a new area for those of you that's considering buying down there. I don't think they've started building there yet. I mean, as far as residential homes go. And by the way, Southern Oaks, for some of you that don't know, is going to be the largest single village in all of the villages. The rumor is Southern Oaks is going to be the same square miles as all of Spanish Springs area. Something like that. Take it for what it's worth. Village of Southern Oaks eventually will extend as far south as Bushnell after Wildwood commissioners Monday night approved several agreements and ordinances related to the giant development. The approved age-restricted zoning for various parcels, including a large... Don't pay no attention to that. Including a large one along the Sumter-Lake County line that extends south to State Road 48. The parcels were annexed into Wildwood at an earlier meeting. A flurry of agreements and ordinances also allows permanent food trucks in developing areas and splits the villages of Southern Oaks into two sectors. Well, we knew that a long time ago. There's going to be two areas of Southern Oaks. I brought my Yingling with me. Overall, the village's land company has acquired 15,924 acres in South Wildwood that is designated for age-restricted development. Remember, I reported that, I don't know, several months ago, about the rumor was that there was roughly 15,000 more acres that had been purchased. And anyway, the maximum number of homes in that area will be in the 15,000 acres that's purchased are be allowed at 40 to 65,000. More homes can be built on adjacent land in Leesburg. Leesburg had a industrial park area, land for an industrial park set aside. Never worked out. They sold it to the land company for the villages, and they can build there. Haven't heard much about that. I don't know how it's going to connect or anything. The last argument I heard about that whole deal was they wanted to use a certain portion of that as a, forget what exactly they called it, a wet area of some sort, like they needed a spray field to spray off, I don't know, crappy water or something. Huge crowd attends final Sumter County hearing on 25% tax hike. I said a long time ago, this sounded like a done deal to me, and I think it is. I think everybody complaining and arguing and yelling and screaming, I think the commissioners are just letting you do it just so you can vent. They're going to do it. It's going to be a 25% tax hike. And I'm simply saying, if you like it or don't like it, it ain't going to make no difference. Because whether you move or I move or anybody else moves, the house that you're in now will always be there. Somebody's going to pay that tax. So they don't care. Also, all of the villages is not in Sumter County, for those of you that think about moving down here. If you're thinking about buying in a certain area, first thing you want to find out is what county is that area in. And that's the tax code, and everything else in that area is going to be yours. Our tax code in Sumter County area of the villages is not the same as, say, Marion County or Lake County. Different. And part of Lake County, villages I should say, is in Lake County. Part of the villages is in Marion County. So just know that there's a difference there. And it's just like if you decide to buy a rental property, I'm sure most of you know this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. And I'm not going to speak for all counties, but I will speak for Sumter County. If you rent your property out, less than 6 months a year. In other words, most people rent them out, say January, February, and March. Now it's kind of extended to April too. January, February, March, and April. That's basically the 4 big dollar months to make money. Because it's less than 6 months, then you're going to owe a hotel tax to Sumter County. I can't remember what it is. I want to say it's either 7% or 9%. You can Google it. You can find it. And that's how they make a little bit of money on top of that, is you got to pay that hotel tax. If you rent your property out for any 6 months and 1 day, or maybe 7 months, or a year round, then you don't have to pay that hotel tax. Just something to keep in mind if you're going to buy something as an investment property and rent it out. Discount store manager foils bandit trying to steal a variety of hygiene items. Hey, trying to stay clean. You can't blame the guy for that. Fruitland Park still trying to locate barbecue eatery owner to serve lawsuit. That guy, I swear, him and Fruitland Park has got a battle going. That's that guy that has the, what was it called? Billy's Barbecue? I think that's what it was, or something like that. Up there. Anyway, he didn't do what the contract with the city said about putting in a fire hydrant and paying for it and all that stuff, and so they're going after him. Well, now he's filed for approval of putting in an RV/mobile home park in that whole area, and that land will butt up against the villages. You know, it's legal, but I'm sure a lot of people over there don't like the idea of it. I wouldn't like the idea of it for several reasons, but it is what it is. In our area, I can see where a lot of RV parks could be significant. I know of at least one large one being built right now. It's going to be a resort, an RV resort. What's an RV resort? Well, in my mind, I'm going to tell you what an RV resort is to me. It's a big campground that has a swimming pool, basically, and that's a resort. These campgrounds are, I don't want to get into it too much about what I think. You have to go to my RV channel for most of this, but they don't deliver for the price. Most of them that I've seen. That's just my opinion. But anyway, yeah, and then you got the big plantation, recreation plantation. It's been there for many years, and it's full all the time. And they've even added on, and it's full. There's another one out in the county. I know where it is, but I don't know what that road is. He wanted to put in a 500. What do you want to call it? He wanted to put in 500 slots for campers. And I think he got approved, and I haven't heard any more. I don't know if he changed his mind. I don't know if they're working on it, because the approval I heard on that one was like 2 years ago, and I haven't heard any more about it. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, they're still arguing. They're wanting to serve this guy. They're going to sue him, and they can't find him. I think it's funny. Wawa opens a second store in Lady Lake, which is also a second store in Sumter County. How can you open a store in Lady Lake and also be the same store in Sumter County? Am I missing something there? Let me see what they're saying. Maybe they had opened it. Wawa's all of a sudden in our area is becoming a thing. Wawa has announced the opening of a store on US 441 in Lady Lake, marking its second store with a Lady Lake address. I see. The newest Wawa location is outside the boundaries of the town of Lady Lake and actually situated in Sumter County. This makes it the second Wawa in Sumter County, the first being at County Road 466 and 301 in Oxford. Commissioner threatens to tie himself to trees rather than see them cut down. Culvers in the Villages takes on Wisconsin flavor during a visit from its founder. Wawa's been in Indiana for many, many, many years. Not Wawa, I'm sorry. Culvers. Culvers has been in Indiana for many, many, many years. Well known for butter burgers, ice cream, other things too. A little bit of upscale, kinda, on their burgers. I like it. It's okay. I don't think it's nothing to, drive out of the way for it. I mean, that's just the way I feel about it, but it's okay. I can remember back in the day when Bob Evans was basically Ohio. You didn't really see a Bob Evans hardly anywhere else but Ohio. And whenever we traveled through Ohio, we would stop at a Bob Evans because we didn't have any in Indiana. And that's why we stopped there. Is it a great place? No. Is it a place to go out of your way for and all this and that? No. It's just decent, wholesome food, and I always kind of liked it. And then it came in Indiana. So, wow, boy, we thought we was going somewhere, and then shortly after Bob Evans came Jimmy Dean sausage. So I kind of seen all that, and then Culver's pops in there, and so it's just always good to see. I wish somebody in Indiana that really knew how to make a pizza would come down to the Villages area and open up a pizza store. You would run these other people out of business because there is no good pizza place down here. People will tell you they got a good pizza here, good pizza there. My only thing to that is they don't know what a good pizza is because there is no good. You order a meat pizza, you know what you get? They throw a lot of pepperoni on there. That ain't what I'm talking about. And then they'll throw a little piece of hamburger over here, a little round little piece of hamburger over there, little sausage over here, and then they cover, oh no, the cheese. That's another thing. The cheese is always on the bottom of the pizza, and all this stuff is laying on top. I hate that. That's not the way a pizza's supposed to be, because then everything, when you put it in the oven, it gets all dried out and crispy and nasty looking. This cheese is always goes on top of everything and melts through the topping. Pizza down here sucks. I don't care what anybody says. I haven't had a pizza. I've had pizza that tastes okay. The crust is okay. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's just not a pizza. You know what I'm saying? It's just not a pizza. Well, I think that's enough. I'm having a hard enough time finding Wi-Fi down here to get this stuff downloaded. So I'm going to say happy trails to everybody. I'll see you all on the other side. And don't forget to go subscribe and keep up with me and Sue on Skip and Sue RV Adventures. It's in the link in the description box below. Subscribe, sign up, and keep up with us. See you on the other channel. See you on the other side.